Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Hui Ferns. My name is Hui, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about plant maintenance and what I do to water my plants, make sure to keep them happy and healthy, and to make sure that they are doing its best for all this. Today I'm going to be going over how I water my plants, how I water my platyceriums, how I put fertilizer inside of my water and what kind of fertilizer I use, just so that I can keep up with the maintenance with all my plants throughout the year. So one of the things that I do to keep my plants happy and healthy is that I try to use really high quality water for them. For example, right here, I filled up a tub full of water that is ROI water. It's just a lot more beneficial just because there's no other added chemicals or minerals that can be found in a faucet. So I like to do this, and so far all of my plants have been responding pretty well to it. I've been using this for a whole year. Honestly, it's not too bad. I previously used distilled water, but I figured that if I buy this ROI system from Amazon, I will also link everything in the description if you guys want to know what I've used. But yeah, it's only, I think it's like $70 every 6 months or so. So compare that to buying distilled water and filling up like a 20-gallon little tub. I think it's a lot cheaper and cost effective when you think about it. So it's a lot easier for me. I just plug this system right over here. This is by Aquatic Life, by the way. So I put this system into my sink. I put it into this tub. It really does take a long time. So if you are watering your plants and you need to water them immediately, you should definitely put this on like hours ahead of time in order for it to start filtering all the water and everything, just to make sure that you're getting enough water for your plants. So after I finish filling up my tub, I usually put this into my balcony area just because I don't want to get any kind of water damage or any kind of issues when it comes to having things become wet. But I want to do it inside my apartment today just because it's just easier for me. And also carrying this 20-gallon worth of water tub outside into my balcony is a lot of work. It's really heavy, just FYI. But this is how I like to do things whenever I'm watering my plants. It's just easier. I find it easier, and also I've been doing this for a long time too, so I got used to it. Also, every single time that I fill up this tub full of water, I like to use this 20-20-20 all-purpose fertilizer. It's a lot easier for me to use just because I don't need to do anything special to it. I like to give this to all my plants, especially because it helps them with their growing, and because I keep them inside an aeroid mix, or they're in sphagnum moss, so they're in a lot of substrate that doesn't have a lot of minerals for them. So it's important to actually help them out a little bit and give them a little bit more of a boost. And I find that if you give them at least 1 teaspoon per gallon or less, maybe like 80% of that, a little bit more diluted, it's going to help your plants a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more beneficial. So I have 20 gallons of water in here. I'm just going to put, I think, 18 teaspoons. So every single one is 3 teaspoons each. So I just need to give 6 of them in here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 teaspoons. It usually dissolves pretty well. If not, I'm just gonna get like a little stick. Oh no, it clumped up right there. But anyways, so I will put this, I'll link everything honestly, just to help you guys out. It's just easier, and I don't use anything like special. A lot of the times whenever you're using like plant products and stuff, you don't need to go do anything crazy or like pick out the best fertilizer or anything. Honestly, it's all the same. Just keep it as simple as possible and don't overthink it. Plants will always manage to come back if something goes wrong. So that's what my recommendation is for you guys. So the reason why I use a tub is because it's a lot easier for plants, especially platyceriums, to work on and also to water. This is how I water all my platyceriums. I just take them and then I dunk them in. Usually you can leave this in for, let's say like 3 to 5 minutes maximum. You don't really need to, just because you don't need to for a really long time, because after everything soaks in, it's super easy. The only concern that I have after I've put this in is that I need to make sure that it's not dripping too much, just because I don't want to damage anything in the apartment with water. So that's the thing. See? And also, by the way, I have this like little this is actually a shoe rack like thing that I got from the thrift store. I just decided, I bought it because I like to use it in order for it's like a drip thing, just so then all my plants don't need to slip or anything. I just like leave it on top of here whenever I'm watering all my plants and letting it drip, and so that it does, so I could just constantly reuse this water. One thing that I do want to show you guys that I think was pretty cool is that if you guys have platyceriums that are mounted like this, the best way to allow them to dry is either to keep them outside on like some kind of on a nail or something like that, or what you can do is that if you can find these like little easels for like art and everything, and you just put them on, it's just super easy and very like great for them to dry off. Like you leave them like that for, I don't know, like 10-20 minutes, and then it's perfectly done and is dry, so then you don't see any more dripping when you put it back on your wall. Also, like, just thrift everything, guys. Like, I found those for like $2 at the thrift store, so I highly recommend. So I'm going to be doing that to the rest of my other platyceriums, and I will be right back. Also, when I am checking for the platyceriums, I just make sure to like touch like around here just to make sure that it's dry. And if it feels like a little bit too heavy, that means it's still a little wet, so you have a couple more days, since these like to dry out a lot more. So just like touch it if it's dry on the bottom, not the top, especially the bottom. If it's dry and it feels light, I think it's a great time to water them. Also, by the way, I put a little Pokemon card right here, just so then like it can have its shield fronds grow a little bit more on like the wider side. So just if that ever happens on your platycerium, just like, you know, slip a little card in there and then it'll be great. So while I let those platyceriums dry, I'm going to get some water, and I'm just going to go into my cabinets to see what needs watering and what doesn't need watering. See, like I have like this PPP that I have right here, needs some watering too. Honestly, I've kept this in there for a long time. It should be switched over to an aeroid mix, but I'm also really lazy. I feel like that's the theme of my YouTube channel sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, just like I'll do it, but I'm a little lazy, you know? Look at this right here too. Look at how nice this is coming out. These anthuriums do like to stay a bit more on the moist side, so I just like have a little saucer on the bottom and I just like put it in. Let's check everything. These are good. These are good. Man, guys, I want to show you guys this. Look how massive this clarinarium is that I have right now. Like, honestly, I feel like I cracked the code for this plant, just because for this, what I do is that I just have like, I don't have any drainage holes for these, and I just keep it like constantly wet all the time. And somehow, like, I grew this from like one single like tiny little leaf. Like, it was so small, and it's like, there's a new leaf right there. It's amazing. I'm extremely proud of this plant right here. So hey, one of my pride and joys. I gotta show you guys like what I'm doing right here too. I'm actually starting to propagate a lot more of my plants. So I have like some syngoniums in here. I have some really nice Hoya linearis in here. Some of them are dying, to be honest. I'm not doing the best that I can be, but it's a fun little like project that I'm doing. And also it's nice to just like have some money to sell all this stuff too. It's fun. Whenever I got into the first time I started selling some plants off of like a Facebook Market and everything, this was around like 2020, and this was when the market was crazy. Like I had a begonia, just a regular begonia, the polka dot ones. I had cuttings of them and they were really hard to find. I sold them for like 30 bucks each at the time, and I thought it was like wild that I could sell plants online. So I thought it was really cool. And when you're able to like support yourself in this hobby with like by selling plants and stuff, I feel like it's a lot more fun as well. Let me just switch this over right here. Also, this is, I don't know why, but I took like 3 different propagations and only this one survived. Let me just show you guys, okay? Look at this. Look, it's great. Wow, and these grow super duper fast too. So I'm just proud and happy that I have a second one to keep and hold on to. Oh my gosh. So also, if you guys are doing any kind of propagations or like propagation projects, I highly recommend using a fugal substrate. They're just like aquatic substrate, but it's super easy to use. It has a little bit of minerals in there, and just keep it wet constantly and your plants will start, can start, what is it called? Growing roots and everything. So that's my recommendation. And I just go around, I just honestly just water everything. I just like throw water. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but look at this too, okay? I had this from like a one leaf cutting, and now it's like massive. Is the lighting kind of weird? I need to water this one as well, but I'll do that in a second. Also, I want to show you guys this really cool plant that I have. This is like some kind of, I think it's an aquatic plant that just needs to be grown in water, and it has flowers too. I totally forgot what it's called, but I got it at the reptile show that I went to like a couple weeks back, and it's growing inside flugel. It's rooting and everything. I think it's really cool. There's some hitchhikers in here, by the way. I found a couple of snails, like just really tiny aquatic snails, and it's been roaming around. So if I could find one, I'll show you guys, but I thought it was really funny. Also, like this is also my other project that I was working on a while ago. Really easy. I think it's really cool. I'm thinking about making more of these and just like kind of like selling, if you guys might be interested. This is just a like glass box, and I just put like a sphagnum in it. This is just all live sphagnum, and it's just all growing around. I only water it like once every 3 or 4 months. It stays high, like really humid in there, and it just stays this size this entire time. So if you guys are interested, I'm thinking about making like a little shop or something like that to sell. And now it's time to put everything back on the wall. Also, if any platycerium collectors or enthusiasts know, can you guys help me out? Because right over here on like the shield frond, it has like a cut right there, and some of my platyceriums, such as my grande or my superbum, does the same thing too. I don't know why it does that. I'm thinking it's a watering issue, but if you can tell me what's going on and how to diagnose it, that would be very great, and I'd be very thankful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you everyone for watching my YouTube video. I feel like I've been rambling on a lot, and also I've been kind of like going off topic and just like, you know, just showing you everything. But honestly, like watering plants and plant maintenance isn't really that difficult. Just make sure that you know what your plant's needs are. For example, my platyceriums like it when it's dry and they like to be dunked after drying out. My aeroids, such as my anthuriums, like to be a bit more on the wet side. So is my Hoya as well. My Hoyas inside of there like to stay a bit more wet. I have some alocasias too. They also stay kind of wet at the same time. You just have to figure out the sweet spot for your plants. If you are a beginner and you guys are looking into all these plants, it's going to be very difficult in the beginning, to be honest. I started this maybe like 5 years ago during COVID. I collected a lot of plants. I've actually killed a lot of plants, but at the end of the day, it's all about trial and error, and you learn from your mistakes. You know, I've already killed like a bunch of my plants, like already some of the plants that I had that I really wanted to keep, but they kind of just, you know, things happen at the same time. Oh, also, you're gonna run into a lot of accidents as well, such as like maybe like you're watering your platyceriums and you're putting it on like this little like easel to like let it dry. All of a sudden it falls over and it just cracks or something like that. Things always happen, expect the unexpected, but at the end of the day, just have fun. This is a hobby where anyone and everyone can enjoy. It's really fun. I love it. I met a lot of cool people along the way as well. And if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns about how I do all my watering and all of like the stuff that I use, I'm gonna link everything below. Thank you so much and have a great day.